It's about to begin. That's right. Hey, everybody, RPW here. I'm pretty excited because it is the Fortification event, and I have a few tips for you. The Fortification event that I would like for you guys to do is one that does not overlevel you, but yet gives you awesome points. So my alt is a level 81, and I don't think it should go any further because it is only still in green. I definitely wouldn't say that you should be too far above 100 until you, of course, reach your legendary golds. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and go through some more awesome tips. Number 1, find out what your maximum amount is on upgrades. For example, you may be limited, for example, with this, the fire turret. It takes a 269, I believe, lumber, but yet I can only store 268,000. And in order to upgrade that, I do need to upgrade my food and my lumber area, which is awesome because you know what? That means I get to use food for points. So with that being said, let's jump in and talk about the next thing. Number 2, go and make sure you take an inventory of all the goodies you have. For example, how many, fire shards do you have? How many elemental embers do you have? And then, of course, the old trusty pearls over on your perch. So you're going to get all those together, add that all up so that you can make a better choice. Now you also want to look and see how many speed ups you have. Now the cool thing is if you get all of this information, it actually will help you out, and especially, by the way, your research, knowing where you're at in there with the Fort Event Planner that's by Mishang, I believe. If you go and you look up Fort Event Planner in the forums, you will find the link there, and I have found it very useful. I've been using it the last few events. And like you'll see here with my husband's alt, it has been very useful. Another place is amoebastudios.com. As you guys know, I've talked about this before. This will let you know what level you need to be to, build something, what it needs, etc. So use those tools wisely. Now, once you know exactly what it is you're planning on building, this is when I would go in about a few hours out and start boosting your bases. And I'm going to, on my alt, of course, just go ahead and make it for the full week. A 7-day boost. And this would be a great time to also check on your runes. By the way, the rest of the rune videos will be coming out later this week. So whenever you're in there, check out your runes, make sure that those are good to go. Then, of course, feed your perch. Feeding your perch can add a little bit more boost power to your thing. Now, and last but not least, about 2 hours into it, I like to put my wood boost up so that everybody that attacks me prior will not see as much nor take as much. So that is me. That's how I do it. And then, of course, I like to check and see how many lumber packs I'm starting out with. And then let's talk about attacking other players. Number 1, make sure that they're not online before you attack them, because there's nothing like somebody shipping it off before you can get that attack through. The second thing is, if you'll notice over here that this storage hut looks like the normal average storage hut. And I've said this in past videos. But this means that this guy could be boosted. He may not be, but he might be. However, if we scroll on down here, this guy's looks like a shack. You know what that means, guys. That's right. This one is very possible that they are not boosted because, hey, they started building it before the event. So this is something that you might want to take into account before you do your attacks. Now, another thing is, like right here, jump in with other attacks. You may not think it adds up. Oh, it's only 7,000. Oh, it's only 5,000. But trust me, guys, it will add up. Now, you can actually do little tricks that'll help you hold on to the lumber that you do gather up this way as well. So, number 1, again, make sure you jump in on as many attack invites as you can. Now, granted, this might mean you might have to use a dragon, but isn't it worth it to work together as a team? At least I think so. So let's see what we get by joining this one here. This is my husband playing on his alt. He doesn't even need lumber, but he's doing this for us. Isn't that sweet? All right, so let's see what that got me. Now, again, I'm a smaller player than him, but not by a lot. So I got a 7,500 lumber, and it's not a whole lot. Now I'll go ahead and jump in my own. Now, if you join in a much larger player, you might find yourself like, for example, here, there's 134,000 to be taken. So I'll go ahead and jump in. And again, if you join these players, this can help you out a lot. Now, please keep in mind, if you do join larger players, keep an eye on the chat room. Don't just jump in their attacks, because they might need backup from other higher level players. And if so, you can kind of wait until that first person joins, then jump in at the very end. But at most, at that point, you might have to bring in Ember and help with Death Gaze to help take out those farms. So there we go, a much better amount of lumber there. Now, I'm sure I even got more, who knows. So as we'll see here, now when you get this, before you get attacked, you can actually go over and ship it to a buddy. Oops, I put food in. What a silly girl. Let's try that again. Okay. So if you want to send out, for example, you don't want to get attacked because someone's about to attack you, then you can always put in 100,000 or 500,000 lumber or whatever, or 50,000 depending on your size, and ship that out. Now I try to keep this even, but this is what you call resource bouncing. So I'm going to put bounce, please. And then this way my husband knows that I need him to send that back to me. And then basically you're keeping it in the air for 20 minutes. So if you go do an attack, you bounce it to a friend, they bounce it back to you, go do a few more attacks during that 20 minutes. When you get back, you might end up with more than double than what you started. So there's a few great little tips for everybody. I will actually be doing some recording as the event goes, and I will be back here with you guys hopefully early morning tomorrow, and we'll go over some more really cool information on this event. So anyways, I hope you guys are enjoying it, and get ready because it is about to begin. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. Before you leave, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Bye, happy hunting, and good luck in the fortification.